Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Super Monday Night Combat Commentary. For this gameplay I am going to be playing the veteran, I believe. Yes, I am playing the veteran. And I have massive air on him because I'm a huge tool. And yeah, that's what I run on most characters with jump jets. Is massive air. I believe in one of my past videos, I recently acquired Inspire through sheer luck as a prize, so I've updated that instead of I'm using that instead of Leg Up, and I really don't notice any difference between the two because I don't really pay attention to that. I just know that it's doing good things for me whenever I kill folks, so that's awesome. And right here I'm giving a Butch some tips because he's a pretty bad player, but he'll learn. And I've been trying, like I've played with him like about 5 matches in a row, and so I was trying to give him tips, and he was playing gunner and doing very poorly, so I suggested a defender because it's much easier to do well with them since you rely heavily on a turret which shoots for you and teammates which shoot for you, and you just heal them. Here at the beginning it'd be a real cheese dick, and I just shoot the stupid falcons down that giant thing, and everybody basically files right down that to defend their left lane, so they just have to basically eat 1,000,000 damage trying to get there. And then I try to claw and I fail horribly, but my claws get better. This is like one of the one of the first good gameplays I had of veteran. This is one of the first times I played him. I had played him maybe 3 times before this. And so it was kind of a learning experience. Right here I'm doing what I don't think he does very well, which is kill bots. You just want to tag them with your falcons, not necessarily kill them, because his DPS on his falcons is really low. If you want to kill them, you're going to want to use the hot seat, but I didn't want to use the hot seat because I knew that tank was right there. Last thing I needed was that tank to come around the corner with a bunch of with the cavalry and murder me. Right here I try to start to sneak up on him. I'm like, wait, what am I doing? I don't have to sneak up on him. I bring the sneak to us, and I'm like, yoink. I grab somebody, but he hits the wall and goes flying all the way across America. But yeah, with this class, you basically it's almost vital that you are near teammates, because if you're going to pull people, then you want as many people around you as possible to start shooting that mofo. And right here, oh, I miss. A lot of pulling is guessing where they're going to be. Hitting a stationary target's no sweat, but you don't want to aim where they are. You want to aim where you guess they're going to be going, and that isn't necessarily the direction they're currently traveling. So, for example, what you'll often see me do is aim towards the edges of corners, because I believe people are going to sort of come back out and then duck back in. So they move in a right to left pattern. So right here you see this assault. He moved back and forth until eventually decided to be a big fat idiot and just sort of overextend, and then he died. Hit the vet with the pull, but he hits a bunch of bots in my gunner, so he doesn't get nearby. But it's enough to sort of jar him and sort of to get him to back up. And right here we're at their turret, and then right as the gunner dies, I wait for that grapple to end, and I time it so that I'll pull him right as his grapple ends. But unfortunately, I think he has massive air, and he gets sort of yanked at a weird angle, and he doesn't get decimated. Right here, I figured since I'm near the jungle, I might as well drop down and kill a jungle bot, get a churro, and then also reposition myself, because nothing's worse than a sneaky veteran. Right here, I try to pull this guy. I figured if I can pull him, I can hit him a bit, yank him away from the bot fighting, and just sort of annoy him. And then right here, I see their whole team's there, so I'm like, alright, I'm going to back up here in a second, but first I'm going to take out all these slims and keep my box streak going and get a bunch of money. And I take a peek around the corner to assess the situation. Alright, now there's 1,000,000 folks, and they're killing that dude, and I decide I'm going to pester the shit out of him. Now, my teammate just died Butch because, well, he got pulled, so what are you going to do? Yeah, to avoid pulls, just stick near corners and basically bait the pull. You want to poke your head out and then poke back in. This guy gets caught, but then I get caught, and so nothing comes from it. He takes a bit of turret damage, and I believe he'll die here shortly. Yeah, right here I see that he's starting to get low health, so I go in there for the kill, and I miss 1,000,000 swings. But then I end up, I seal out the kill with an assist, and then this guy's being a jerk. And I back up because I see that he dropped the turret, and then I knew that the other guy was in the background, so I didn't want to fuck with him. And then I saw those rockets before, but I ignored them because they were just, I didn't want to deal with them. I go for the pull, but she jumps down very stupidly before I can do anything. I hit her with the ejector, She gets slowed. I kill her with some falcons, and then the guy pulls me, but he runs away because there's a giant Fuji shooting at him, and that's going to do a bunch of damage to him. He doesn't want any of that business. Now right here, let's see, what am I doing? I'm backing up. I'm going to the other lane because I know they have a Fuji on our other lane, and so I want to get over there. And then also I do this little number where I accidentally weapon switch a million times and nothing happens, but I thread the needle and I pull that guy right to the center, and that's a pretty annoying pull because a lot of people don't kind of expect it. And also if you pull him when you still have that laser blazer up, he's gonna get a shot a bunch and he's gonna die. I don't know why I turned Italian there for a second. Now right here, this first Annihilator, I get really fucking annoyed because my team decides to just not do fucking jack shit and help me down here. So the gunner was there for a second, but he decides that he's low health, he's gonna run away, and I believe he dies, which is fine. Yeah, he died, but look, it's just me. The assault's not down here, the spark isn't down here, albeit he shouldn't be. But, I mean, yeah, and the support's not down here, and the assault and the support most definitely should be down here, but they're not, and so I'm stuck fighting the Annihilator myself. I realized that my mistake by sticking around, and there's no way I'm going to win, but I figured maybe I can ring somebody out, kill somebody, I don't know. I wasn't going to escape, basically, and I knew it, so I stuck around and I take a death. And right there, you saw in the chat, I was getting really annoyed. I was like, come on, guys, you got to get to the Annihilator. Annihilator, all caps. Because at no point I was watching the positions of my teammates, and at no point did any of them seem to be making a beeline towards the Annihilator. Now what you're gonna see right there, I pulled him into the turret, which is an amazing move. Right, like if that turret wasn't there, he probably would have got away, or his teammates could have showed up and bailed him out and then killed me. So what you want to do is you want to pull near your teammates and you pull near turrets. And this guy's dead, so I just go down there. And I use Freight Train because I find it 1,000 times easier to land than his right-click grab. Because you just basically just dash into them. You just look at them and then you hit the button and then it's a free grab. I yank that guy again, but he hits the wall once again because he's very smart and he knows how to counter the pull, which is to clip near walls, because you'll bounce off the wall and you'll go flying around and it'll be incredibly jarring, but you will not get pulled straight in a straight line. And yeah, and then also you want to bait, as I said before, bait the pulls. Now I try to pull this guy, but it kind of, things get a little bit wonky and doesn't happen, but oh well, I can't pull everybody all the time. Right here, I was just sort of, the guy was bobbing back and forth. I sort of assumed that I might catch him through sheer luck, that he would come out, so I aimed near the corner, but unfortunately it didn't work, but that's okay. I dropped down here because I saw the scramblers coming, and I wanted to get all my abilities up and get a little bit of armor. My team dealt with the scramblers while I was away, and then I tried to go for a pull but miss it, and so I'm like, alright, it's time to reposition. I figure, but then my team immediately gets pushed back without my presence. I figured they'd be standing right there, and then they're all to the right. Oh, there they show up. Try to pull him up. That pull wouldn't have done a whole lot, and then, oh, what the fuck? What's the support doing up here? And why is he whiffing his grapples like a dope? So I Freight Train him in the air, which is taking not a massive nerf, I guess a massive nerf. It's taking a nerf recently, so it does a lot less damage when you hit him in the air with it, so you're going to want to ground Freight Train for the grapple. And right there, I missed that Kakla because I predicted the assault to fly back towards to go back towards his little ramp and where his teammates are, but he does the stupid thing, which is stick around and eat a bunch of damage without me getting the pull on him. Now right here, I land the Freight Train, boom, he's dead, and I get the fuck away, and I pop my juice in order to regen health. Now, I guess I probably shouldn't have done that. What I could have just as easily done was sort of just gone back to the regen it all. But as you can see right there, you saw where the veteran was, he was up on my ramp. He could have easily tracked me down, chased me down, and killed me. But, so I try to play a little bit safe, and I just pop the juice, because I find juice to be, I kind of find it to be a detriment to my game, because when I get juice, I act like a dummy. Like I assume I'm invincible, and I'll pop it and I'll get too aggressive, or I'll assume I'm invincible because nobody can grapple me, and then they get me to low health, and then to the point where the grapple wouldn't matter, and then I pop the juice way too late and die. Now, there's a trick with the veteran is right after you grapple somebody is to start jetting and then back away a little bit and swing. Just do one swing forward and back and then land and then grapple right as you land. And this will work again almost 100% of the time against bad players. It works about 90% of the time, I'd say, because either the bad player will just spam grapple back at you right after you landed your grapple, or they'll just start to run away. And if you know where they're gonna run away, you sort of want to jump in that direction and sort of try to clip into them to keep them from getting that direction. And also because you want to stick near them, and if you predict where they're gonna go, then you can sort of go that direction and continue doing damage to them, and then land and grapple them. Most good players are gonna just sort of bunny hop all over the place, and you're gonna have to time it. I get a nice claw on that guy out of the air. But unfortunately, I don't think a whole lot comes from it because I think I eat too much damage. I'm really anxious about going in that jungle. I have no idea who's all down there. I think the Annihilator is going to be up soon, and I don't want to go down there and have their support have set up a fire base and get killed by it. So I drop down over here and I kill these two bots. I get the churros, which is what I was kind of aiming for. Now right there, that was a stupid claw. I shouldn't have done it. I should have just ran at him and then beat the shit out of him. But he sets down his turret, and so I'm like, alright, I gotta take care of this thing first. And I do, and then you know what? He grapples me, which is a bunch of damage, but he gets killed by a grapple here after I whiff one. Now I'm at low health again, but Inspire does give me a lot of damage. And I see this tank, I'm like, god damn it, I'm dead. He charges me, and I take burn damage, and I die. But the tank on their team, despite not getting a lot of kills, he was very good, he knew what he was doing. And then I ended up going towards the wrong base, because we got all discombobulated down there, but it wouldn't have mattered, because that tank sort of shit on me, so... Now I'm telling my team to get to the Annihilator right there. I say, get to the Annihilator, guys. And look, a lot of them are at the Annihilator, which is a good thing. But unfortunately, the Gunner is at the Annihilator. He's going to die. I believe the Salt was at the Annihilator. He's going to die. This guy's at the Annihilator, but he's going to get pulled. And then the Spark is going to help me kill him. And then me and the Spark are both going to die because we're both going to get charged off the fucking map. Which is a damn shame. But what are you gonna do? So now me and Spark are dead, and Butch is dicking around in the fucking right lane instead of going to the Annihilator. And then the Assault, I believe, was dead or regenerating health, and he goes to the Annihilator, but he's far too late. He's gonna die because he's gonna get an Annied, and then they're gonna chase him down and kill him. And I'm like, this is where I get upset because for 2 Annihilators, I've given this guy 2 opportunities. I've told him what to do, and for 2 opportunities, he decided. So that's when I get mean. I said, get to the fucking Annihilator. I am sick of this horseshit that you're pulling. That's absolute nonsense. I will let people slide if they're not going to get to the Annihilator and they're a new player and they don't realize it's important or they just don't think about it. I'll let it slide. But if I tell you to get to the Annihilator, you know what you do? You get to the fucking Annihilator. If I remind you, then there's no reason you shouldn't be down there. And that was a nice pull in the tank. I don't think it was necessary since my teammate had him preoccupied. I could just went over there and just beat the shit out of him. But you know what? Practicing your claws ain't such a bad thing. Plus, it sort of disorients them. I could claw that guy from point blank range and pull him into the fire base. Once again, that was unnecessary. You see right there what I did was right after I landed the freight train, I jump and I sort of I jump towards where I know he's going to go, and I start smacking him in the face with this chair. And you can see it kind of clipped him. It kind of kept him because you can't occupy the same space as the other guy. Right there, I line up the throw because I knew I wanted to ring him out, and I saw that he was behind that bouncer, but I lined it up and boom, I threw him off the map. But what I did was I jumped and I sort of kept him, I blocked him just with my body from going where he wanted to go. Because oftentimes what bad players will do is, as they run away, it's all defense. They're not looking back to shoot you to maybe, like convince you to leave them alone just by damaging you. So what he did was he just started to move that direction. And then I knew he was going to go that direction, so I started to fly that direction, and then I started beating him up. Right there, that would have been an amazing pull, because he would have been absolutely wrecked by the laser blazer. And if he tried to go into the jungle, I would have cut him off. Unfortunately, the gunner is in the way, but fortunately, he dies. So, unfortunately, the gunner was in the way, but fortunately, he died. There's lots of fortunes right here. I predict his movement, and then right here is a huge mistake on my part. I am very lucky to get away right here. I go to freight train. That's a big flaw in my playstyle. Is that instead of just going for the right click grapple, I usually just freight train upon a successful click claw, because I find it way easier to land than just the grapple, because it just basically hit the button and then look at them, and it works. And right there, that was a nice pull on that Spark. It was kind of necessary. I could have just lunged down there and started wailing on him, but you know what? Practicing it up. Right here, this guy, I pull him away from his teammates, and pull him away from his bots, and he's not going to get away. I think I heard or I saw that assault, and so he's gonna get killed. And now that guy's he overclocked and ran away. I'm like, fine, I guess I got the assault, so everything's peachy keen. So I take care of these bots, and like lo and behold, the support thinks it's a good idea to come back. So he's gonna get air freight train, which is bad. Don't do it. And then he's gonna get grapple killed. He's gonna get his face smashed into a bunch of spikes on a stool. And now he's a dead man. Now it's bot killing time. I just start beating him up with the stool because the Falcon's terrible for DPS on bots. Right here, I fly up, I stun it, and I kill it because I saw that it was visibly very heavily damaged. And I figured at this point in the game, it's pretty late game, and their first turret was not down, that I figured that now would be a good time to do it because I would do massive damage to it because I'm level 12 at this point. When that turret goes down, whenever people are level 4 and 3. Now I see this support going down there, and I cut him off at the pass, and now he's a dead man. I get him with the freight train, I get him with the the hot seat grapple, and now he's a dead man. He's dead. He's a dead Italian. Now I finally upgraded my stupid skill after like a million years. And this Megabest being quite the silly spinny goose. And find it really annoying to grab her, but I'm just going to keep stooling and keep doing damage. I'm going to back up, let her run out of skill, and then I'm going to miss a million, just quite spaz out and go in like every direction known to man, and then until eventually the bouncer gets the kill. Now right there I tried to throw the bouncer off the map, but I poorly positioned myself. Alright, I'm back. My girlfriend came home, so I had to go, and I accidentally locked her out, so I had to go let her in, but now I'm back, and now I'm apparently, oh yeah, that's right, I died here because I'm a big shithead. And I was fighting a million people at once, and then I had juice, so I thought I could handle it, but I couldn't, and so I died. Now I'm telling everybody to go to the right lane, and now I'm telling them to get to the Annihilator, and I'm doing it very rudely with all caps and telling them to get to the fucking Annihilator. Because every single time they've ignored it, every single time we've lost it, and we've been getting our shit pushed in the whole game because of it. And lo and behold, it looks like a few of the people are actually doing that. And then I buy Metabo Lightning so I can run my fat ass over there much faster and try to help. I don't understand this at all. I get down here, there's not a single enemy to be found, and it was just like he just walks up and buys it. I found that incredibly annoying because every single time I went down there to buy it, I had to fight a million people. And that guy just walks down there and gets it no sweat, so that's fucking outstanding. Go to pull the tank, but he's already dead, and now I gotta deal with all these bots. I decided flying in and fighting everything in the world at once is a bad idea, so I back the fuck up and I shoot stupid falcons at everything. And I look over here, and I think I heard him, but my teammate was fighting off Megabeth, who's being a big dummy, and she's low health, and so she's not getting away. So I fly all the way across America, and then I start beating the shit out of her, and then I grapple her and smash her face to a chair, now she's dead. And then I get the fuck out, because there's a million bots, and the guy set up a fire base, and plus that tank's going to be a big annoying jerk and blind the shit out of me. Now I'm shooting stupid bird heads at people, and I'm trying to get a pull, but it doesn't work, but that's okay. Now this Salt's being a big dummy. He almost gets killed, and I tell him to back the fuck up. Right there, you can see a little microphone thing. I get that guy, but he massive airs around America, and also I think he ricocheted off the wall, so he doesn't get killed. Unfortunately, yeah, see, I couldn't kill that vet for shit. I don't know what this guy's doing, why he just kind of thought it'd be a good idea to come where all my teammates are and then go into the jungle, but he gets massacred. Because I guess everybody decided to follow me down there to beat the shit out of him. Now I guess he's going to get pulled this guy. And then he's going to get freight train. And I'm going to start wailing on him with my fucking chair. And I believe I kill him and I get inspired. So I get health back from it. And then I run the fuck away. And right here I go to pull. I don't know what I would accomplish if I had landed. Because I'm almost dead. And that would have been, last thing I needed was enemies around me. So I buy Regenadol, and then I decide to buy Fuji bots, and because we need to push, and we just won the Annihilator. So, and I go over here to buy this one, and this Assault, who I think was doing very poorly all game, still doesn't have his head up his ass though. So he decides to help and buy bots, which is good for him. And right there, I think I thanked him for doing it, so I didn't have to waste my money on it, and I could hopefully build up to a jackpot. This guy gets too close. He's not getting away. He gets body slammed. Now I see that vet, but I had already determined that I was gonna buy the ejector, so I buy the ejector, I jump jet, and then I get the fuck out of there. And I think I hit like a million people on their team with it, and some bots, so it was totally worth it. Now I get a little bit too anxious there, and I back up because their whole team's pretty much there. And we have two jackbots getting ready to shit all over them. We have the one that came out, and then we have this purchased one that we have. Now, I don't want to get too aggressive and get killed for it, but I definitely want to push them back because we have a jackbot. So take care of the assault, try to pull the tank, nothing comes from it. Now it's time to shoot some homing falcon head cheese shit at people. I try to pull, I miss a million pulls here, and then I use my own massive air jerkery to get away from his pull. So we're both just being huge dicks and spamming massive air everywhere. Now I figure that jackbot, we killed the rocket turret. There's not much else to do here. And I'm by myself pretty much with two of the enemies. And as soon as that jackbot goes, I'm just going to get shit on. So I decide not to engage too hard. And then lo and behold, my teammates actually show up. So I decide to stick around and fight their whole team in their base with a juiced gunner deploying for some reason, despite the fact that deploy is really only useful for the armor gain and the raised crit chance, and with juice you have full crit chance, so the only reason to deploy would be increased accuracy, and he's already like right next to them, so there's no point in doing it. Right here I just fly around swinging my stool like a big jerk, and then I see this guy and I get no fight with him, and my main goal is just to kind of distract him. I kind of stay out of his range. He hits me. I don't understand how he hit me with that proc grenade. I can never land those, but we win the game, distracting the jerk tank. And my teammates dropped the ball. Now the guy, look at him dance, woo! And then at the end, I think that my teammates were actually going to the annie, because when they weren't, it was really fucking obnoxious. You need to do that. Now let's see, where's my stats? I can't see because that guy's doing the jet ski. I went 24 and 15. I got outscored in terms of cash by the spark, but I still did incredibly well in the kill death department, and helped my team a lot. And I got a lot more kills and a lot more bot kills than the assault, which is not should happen. So kill those bots with assault, and that's the game.